Live from coast to coast and around the world, it's time for the Saturday Night Knife and Gun Show. If you can shoot it or sharpen it, you'll find it right here at great prices. Now, here's your host, Mike Politowski.
Well, hello, America. Very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to the Saturday Night Knife and Gun Show, coming to you live from Asheboro, North Carolina, right smack dab middle in the great state of North Carolina. I am Mike Politowski, the round man with the square deal. We're going to have some fun tonight. I've got some great value on the show. Some donated knives from a good friend in Texas. We'll tell you a little bit more about that here shortly. If you'd like to get in touch with us, obviously you can do that by email. Jimmy's going to put my email address on the screen right now. Jimmy Browse flying the big 747 in there, the Saturday Night Knife and Gun Show. You can reach us at mike@knifeandgunshow.com or info@knifeandgunshow.com. If you're watching me on Roku especially, these are the email addresses you want to use, or if you go to www.knifeandgunshow.com, there is a contact button there, and you can fill out the contact form there. That will also land here at the studios in North Carolina. Good to have you with us here this evening. Boy, we took last weekend off. My staff was tuckered out, as we say, and I thought it might be a good idea to just let everybody just take a day of rest. And we are back bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tonight here on April Fool's Day, April 1st, April Fool's Day. I'm not quite sure where the origin of that came from, but hey, whatever. We're going to have some fun with it anyway, right? Have you played any practical jokes on anyone? Let us know what that might be. Michael Politowski is running camera for me this evening. Kerry Politowski is running grip, and as I mentioned, Jimmy Browse is running the big 747 in there tonight. So if you want to say hey to us, knifeandgunshow.com website, or email us at mike@knifeandgunshow.com. If you're watching me tonight on Roku, here is the Roku player that is available for about $29 at Walmart, Target, and Best Buy, and some other places. I bought one of these the other day and installed it in my television studios in Charlotte, and this particular model here works great. I bought the Roku Express Plus, which has an additional cable, and it set me back $35, but it has an additional cable in it. But this one here works fine. If you've got a modernized TV, hopefully you do, then this has the HDMI cable, which will plug right into there. So Knife and Gun Show is on Roku. We're streaming live tonight on Roku. Good to have all of our buddies out there. A lot of people have migrated from the Facebook page over to Roku, and we're thrilled about that. Shortly before the show, I checked, and we are about 14 subscribers away from having 5,000 subscribers to our Knife and Gun Show Roku page. And yeah, that's awesome, isn't it? That is really awesome. So good to have all of you in there. A lot of people watch it live every Saturday evening at 7 p.m. or as often as we can if we don't take the weekend off. 7 p.m. on Saturdays Eastern time, and then folks also come in and watch it during the week too, and that's cool. That's really neat. Website is always open continuously, 24 hours a day, at www.knifeandgunshow.com. Here's a picture of it. Now, we are opening up the Roku page to have the nation's first televised gun and knife show. So if you have something you're interested in sharing with other people, perhaps you would like to sell some of your own inventory that you have laying around, you can do that in the form of a 5-minute video. You can have your own shopping channel, and you can put it on our Roku Knife and Gun Show page. The website at knifeandgunshow.com tells you all about it. It has some tutorial videos on there. Very easy to do. I think you'll find it to be quite easy, and I think it's going to be a very effective marketing tool for many of you. So check that out at knifeandgunshow.com. All right, put me on TV. We are broadcasting live on Facebook this evening as well. If you get a chance, share and like this broadcast. That's what helps us populate the entire billions and billions of Facebook pages with the fact that we are on the air. Actually, I think they kind of suppress most of our likes and shares, but that's okay. We're using Facebook kind of as a marketing tool to get the word out about the Roku channel. That is really, really where we're headed with that. I was watching some Facebook broadcast the other evening, I watch a lot of ministry shows on Facebook, and a lot of them were having problems with their live feed. And you know, that from time to time happens. If that is happening to you and you're watching me on Facebook and you don't have Roku, you can also go to www.fbtvshows.com. FB as in Facebook, TV shows, plural.com, and then you'll find the feed over there. Now the only difference is you can't comment or chat on that feed, but it comes in really good. That's the same feed that we use to push our stream to Roku, and Roku's got a really great picture. So in the meantime, if you watch me on Facebook, in the meantime, do go snag yourself a Roku player. You'll be glad that you did. Also, if you're on Facebook, if you can kindly go over and review the show, I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll tell you why. And believe me, I'm not asking for you to go give me a 5-star rating or anything like that, but if you like the show, rate it accordingly. We did have one gentleman that came in and rated the show, and that's the first review that comes up on the page right now. He gave us a 1-star review for our last show that we did, and I want to read. I printed it out because I wanted you to hear what he had to say, you know, about the show. And you just tell me if those of you that have been watching the show for a long time, let me know if you agree with this. It says, I wanted to see knives and guns, but got a lot of God stuff. That's fine if it was called the God and Jesus show. And Mike comes off kind of racist and really homophobic. Not for me, I guess. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I guess he probably didn't listen to the whole show and get to the end of the show. We have an African American friend of mine, Louis Gaines, who sings the outro on the show here. We've had, good Lord, I've written a book about divine healing, and it's dedicated to 2 African American ministers who came and prayed for me while I was in the hospital. I minister at African American churches. I am married to a Hispanic woman, so I guess probably I could be classified as racist. I guess I don't know where that came from, and the homophobic thing. I'm really not scared of anybody. I don't have any phobias that I know of, and I have friends that have alternate lifestyles, and believe me, I could care less where you stand on that. I love you regardless, okay? So, you know, at the end of my show, what's the use in living if you can't love? What's the use in loving if you can't love everyone? I stand by that. You know, I do. That's one of the commandments that Jesus gave us. He says, you know, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And that's, you know, he boiled all the 10 commandments down to 2 commandments. He said, the new 2 commandments that I give you are, have no other gods before me, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and then love your neighbor as you love yourself. He said, you keep these 2 commandments, you're going to keep them all. And that's how I choose to live my life. So apparently someone that doesn't know me did go in and rate the Knife and Gun Show Facebook page. And if you would go over there, and I'm not asking you to say anything nice about me, you don't have to. Will I ever stop talking about the Lord on this show? No, probably not. No. And it's, you know, that's the reason we're here. Some people think we're here to do a knife show on TV. That's really not what it's about. And I'm glad that this person was able to hear some of the gospel. So let me read, indulge me here. Can I read another email? Let me read an email. So that came in, and then I got an email from a gentleman in South Carolina, and I'm not going to use his name, but I want to read this to you. It says, I wanted to send you a thank you note for the March 18th show. And this is pretty lengthy, so I'll just recap some of it. It says, I watched last night on Roku, and it was just what I needed to hear. You see, I have been fighting a long battle over the last several years with my finances. I work every day. I have a good job that I'm thankful to the good Lord for, and I do my best at it. However, my wife had to give up her job several years ago, and we haven't been able to replace that income. It's been a slow downhill slide ever since. To add to this, I truly believe with all my heart that the Lord has given me a talent to be a writer. And he goes on to say that he wants to write some articles, kind of as a part-time job, I guess, write some articles for Christian magazines such as Guideposts. Anyway, back to your broadcast and the reason I wanted to write you. The long slide that I've been going through has left me tired. My faith in my prayers being answered was all but gone. Then I watched your show. I don't normally watch through the week, but last night I tuned in for no particular reason. As you began to speak, I was listening with interest, with the other half looking at something on my phone. Sounds like my kids. Then I began to have the feeling that you were speaking to me. I got that feeling that the Lord had put your show in front of me so that he could tell me something that I needed to hear. You're right. I need to declare what I want, and that God, in faith, to make it happen. The devil wants to destroy me. God wants good for me. So simple, but I have lost sight of that. Thank you for your blessing. I wish you the best of luck in your new job. And if you think about it, whisper a small prayer for me. So that's from Steve, and again, he's in South Carolina. And Steve, I appreciate that. So you get these things. You get a 1-star review, 1 minute, which is okay, and then you get something here. And I don't know if you watched that March 18th show. If you didn't, there's a recap of it on the Roku page. But basically, I said if this is just for one person, that's fine. If it's just for you, then it's just for you, and that's fine. But what he says is true. And I'll reiterate it again right now. If you are going through a difficult time in your health, in your finances, in your relationships, begin to focus on what you want the outcome to be. Do not begin to focus on what is happening in front of your very eyes at the very moment. The fact is, so let's talk about facts and let's talk about truth, okay? The fact is, let's say you're dealing with an illness right now. The fact is, you have symptoms. You say, Mike, I'm hurting. So let's say for example, you have migraine headaches. And somebody may have migraine headaches that's listening to this tonight. And if you stick with me long enough, I might give you a migraine headache for listening this long. But anyway, say you've got migraine headaches and they won't go away. Well, the fact is, you're hurting right then and there. You are hurting, and the enemy would have you concentrate on what's going on in your life right now to take your focus off of your family, to take your focus off your productivity. He wants to destroy your life. Okay, so that's a fact, and you're dealing with this fact. But the truth is, Jesus Christ paid for healing for every disease that's out there. That's the truth. So you gotta differentiate. Not only that, you gotta tell the difference between what's fact at the moment and what's truth. My suggestion is to stick with truth. If you declare truth over your life, that's what's going to happen. If you go around and you say, well, this headache is killing me. Now, you don't want to do that. You don't want to let those kind of proclamations come out of your mouth and say, oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Words, it's just words. Let me say this. Words have power. Please don't take what I'm about to say lighthearted. I'll give you an example. Here's a perfect example. I don't know the names of the people that were involved. Do you remember the country music star that went duck hunting with his friend? Jimmy, do you remember this? And his friend made a video right before they left, and they were going to go out in the rain or something, or inclement weather. They shouldn't have been out there hunting. No. And he says, that's funny though, I should say. But he says, he made a video and he says, what it was something to the effect of, if you never hear from us again, well, that's just the way it is. We got killed or whatever. Well, guess what? They got killed. I mean, and you say, oh, Mike, that's just a coincidence. Listen, don't say those things. Don't ever let those kind of negative things come out of your mouth, because I believe your words have power. I've seen people that profess that their illness is over with and that God has delivered them from different things, from their financial problems or their illnesses, and those things come around. The good book says, let the weak say that I am strong. So God's not going to ask you to lie. He's going to ask you to proclaim what your future is. And believe me, what I'm saying right now is so much more important than anything I'm going to show on this show here tonight. But again, if you want to call it the God and Jesus show, that's fine. But that's just the way it's going to be. If it wasn't for God and if it wasn't for Jesus, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be alive, much less be here to share these things with you or share this show with you. So there you go. So begin proclaiming and begin declaring over your life. Say, no, this is the way it's going to be. My finances are blessed. I'm a child of God. God looks at me like I look at my kids. I want the best for my kids. I'm not going to strike my kids with a disease and say, well, there you go, you didn't clean your room up. Here's leprosy. And people blame so much on God. God is a God of love. I'll just boil it all down, and I'll say this right now. If it ain't good, it ain't God. If there's something bothering you in your life right now that you need to get rid of, just start declaring goodness over your life and let me know how that works out for you, because I think you'll be amazed at what all the good Lord will do, because He is not a man that He can lie. He's promised that He loves you. He's promised that everything is yes and amen with Him, and it's according to His will that you have a prosperous life. Look it up. It's in the good book. And be in health and prosper. Yeah, there it is. So, all right, it happened in Texas, Jimmy. The Gulf Coast off of Texas. All right. So, yeah. All right, well, let's go. I've marked some knives down here. We had some donations come in from Texas also, and I want to say thank you to Sherry Young. This particular knife we had on the show a few weeks ago, and I have marked it down from $27.99 down to $24.99. This is a Colt gut hook skinner, and as you know, they're not making the Colt product any longer. This is a gorgeous knife with a stainless steel blade on it. Again, a nice wide sweep here, great for skinning. A stag handle, full tang construction, tang stamped here with Colt. Sharp, almost sharp as a razor. I tell you, this is such a good deal, and again, no longer available on the market. Let's get this one out of here for $24.99. CT803 is the item number on it. It also comes with, yes, a nice genuine leather sheath to go with it. So it was new in the box. It has never been used. This knife was donated to us, and I believe, let's see, who was it that gave us this? Was it Pasquale that gave us this? I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, that came in as a donation, and I appreciate that very much. We're putting it on sale tonight, $24.99. We're going to move this one out of here. CT803 is the item number on this one. Now, Sherry Young down in Texas she called me. She said, Mike, I want to bless you. I want to bless your show because I know what you stand for. I know what you do. And what we actually do with proceeds from this program is we support our ministry, Spiritual First Responders. And the Spiritual First Responders obviously is housed here in the same office complex here as the Knife and Gun Show. So we have cross-pollinated the funds that come from the sale of these knives over to our Spiritual First Responders page, which allows us to visit with people. Sometimes we visit on the phone, sometimes we visit in person. We do go out and we minister to people who are having spiritual emergencies. So much like a true first responder would be the first one on the scene. If you had a physical issue such as we're not chaplains, but it's like, if you're going through something that the doctor can't help you with, or if you're going through something that they're not going to take you to the hospital for, or something that you're having struggles with, we're here to help you. We'll pray with you. And again, if it's physical healing that you need, we don't mind praying for you for that. We believe in that. We've seen it work many, many times. And then again, if it's anything else, we're there for you. That's the way we want to be. That's what this show represents. That's what this show helps sponsor. So Sherry said, I want to send you some things. I don't even want to tell you what's in the box, but I want you to put them on TV and have fun with them. And she's just an awesome person. In fact, she's going to come to Charlotte and see me within probably the next couple of weeks, and I'm excited about that. She has some business in Charlotte, and I'm excited. She's been a long time supporter of the show. I've never met her personally, but I'm looking forward to that. And we have a lot of folks that used to watch us a lot on satellite that are still hanging in here and watching the show, and I'm just glad to have you guys with us. It's 3.5 inches in the closed position. It's got a gorgeous G10 handle. Hopefully you've got a color TV set and you're seeing that this is actually some blue and black G10 handles here. It's 3.5 inches again in the closed position. I've got slanted stainless steel bolsters here, stainless steel blades on this, stainless steel pins and liners, and the buck shield. This is a buck knife. BU382 is the item number on this for $14.99. Buck, actually a great Christian company. Maybe somebody should go over there and rate their Facebook page a 1 star and say, well, how dare you be a Christian company? No, I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't run that through your "that's not funny" filter and, you know, say I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. I know where the homophobic thing came from. I was, you know, I was talking about drag queens, but I wasn't talking negative about it, really and truly. No, what happened was I fell, and I fell face down, and I got a black eye out of it, and Carrie told me it looked like I had makeup on, and that I looked like a drag queen. And I said, well, I don't know nothing about auto racing that much. And then later on I looked it up, figure out what she was talking about. So somebody ran that through their filter, thinking that I'm, you know, yeah. Well, I'm not. I'm really not, folks. I'm really not. You know, don't run that through your filter and make me something that I'm not. Okay, $14.99. The companion to that would be, of course, the Stockman. Now, the item number on this is BU371. BU371, and we're going to do these for $14.99 also. 3-bladed Stockman on here. This is 3 7/8 inches in the closed position. So if you like a little bit larger knife, then we've got it here for you. So this G10 material here, man, it's synthetic, but it's very, very tough. You beat on that with a hammer and probably not be able to tear that up. I don't recommend that, but it's good stuff. So again, Buck, good Christian company. In fact, with each knife that they sell, they've got a little brochure in there that tells how their company became successful because at the very beginning they dedicated their company to God. And that's right. And they invite people to accept Jesus Christ as their Savior on a brochure that's in their knives. Isn't that awesome? I think that's awesome. I have no problem with that. No problem. There you go. Beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate that, Sherry. Now, our good friend Brenda Grubb and Gary Grubb donated a knife a few weeks back that they wanted to see us put on TV. And you know what, Brenda? I would have had this on here earlier, except I was just so impressed by this. And the first thing everybody's thinking is he was going to keep that for himself. No, I really wasn't. I was so impressed by it. I said, man, this is beautiful. And I set it to the side. We have we have a radio studio, and it was in the radio studio where I unpacked the box of things that Brenda had sent. And I don't know why, I just had to put this over to the side beside a printer that's in there. And the other day I was in there doing something, and I said, oh my, I had forgot that they had even sent this. This is absolutely stunning. Take a look at this. This is Rough Rider back when they celebrated their 10th anniversary. I've got the Rough Rider 10th anniversary Black Lip Pearl Trapper here. Oh my goodness, look at the black reverse frosted etch there for the Rough Rider 10th anniversary. Absolutely jewelry grade black lip pearl on the handles. Beautiful nickel silver bolsters, nickel silver spacers. This thing is absolutely stunning, and I hope that it's coming through good. on your Facebook or on your television here tonight. This thing is absolutely beautiful. All right, so here we go for a black lip pearl knife. I'm thinking, you know, 10th anniversary edition, limited edition. These are gone. These are gone. I'm thinking maybe $59.99 for this, but no, tonight we're going to get it on here at the right price. RR10, I made the part number easy. It's the only one I have, $33.99. It's got the Rough Rider logo here, little story about the Rough Rider knives. Man, that is cool. And let me show you something else. Hand me that little box right there, Carrie. Yeah, that one. It comes with the original yellow box. This was a Rough Rider yellow box knife. There's also a sleeve that goes over this. This thing is an absolute unused, never carried, mint condition, $33.99, and you can have it now if you're quick. The item number on this is RR10. All right, put me on TV. Mike, where do I go to get this? Where do I get this? All right, here's where you go to get it. You can go to knifeandgunshow.com. Over on the left-hand side of the page, there is a little purple button that you click on that says Buy Show Products Here. There's also, if you click on the link that says Live Show, it'll come up with a recording of the most recent show, and underneath that it says Buy Show Products Here. You can click there, or you can go to the Facebook page, and there is a Shop Now button on the Facebook page. That will get you straight over to our website where you can get any of these products, and I'd be thrilled if you did. Thank you for supporting us. All right, now if you spend, I gotta say this, if you spend $35 or more on an order tonight, we're going to include as a free gift for you the Akoya oyster, which has an Akoya pearl in it, a cultured pearl. Every one of these oysters has a pearl in it. I didn't bring one in here to show tonight, but that's okay. So at $35 or more, excluding shipping, it has to be $35 or more in product, then we'll have one of those pearls for you. And we had a few people take advantage of that, and I'm glad about that. All right, let's do this. Assisted open knife here, Kershaw. When I put this on TV at the price that this is coming up, this is an awesome deal. Awesome deal. I was talking about the good Lord one night, and I said awesome. And I had a guy email me, and he said, how dare you talk about God and say he's awesome? In the Webster's 1913 dictionary, the definition for awesome is scary, overwhelming, you know, and a whole bunch of, you know, whatever. And I'm like, wow, you know, that you just have to be, you know, when you can't even use a word like awesome, it's, you know, no, nobody should talk about God like that. The 1913 dictionary, you know, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I need to go to the Dollar Tree and get you a new dictionary and send it to you. Awesome's a good word these days. All right, there's been a lot of words that's been ruined in our language, but awesome isn't one of them. So here you go. This is awesome. This is black wash stainless steel frame. This is Kershaw. Look at that price, $17.99. You know, that would be a good deal if you know, to open this knife if you had to manually open it. But guess what? This baby is assisted open. It's actually assisted open, and it is a frame lock, meaning I'll move this frame out of the way so that you can close it. It is an assisted open. Boom. Spring activated. Yeah, right at about 4 3/4 inches in the closed position. But this finish is known as black wash. Black wash. So I think that they have some blue jeans called stone wash that has that kind of faded look to it. Well, that's kind of the thought behind this. You're not afraid to take this knife out and use it. I think it looks actually pretty neat. Yeah, it is. So this is KS1300. Again, a frame lock. It's got a dual thumb studs on it. You can open it with the thumb stud, or this little extended tang is what I like to use. Pocket clip. It's quite a beefy knife. It's very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. So KS1300. Let's do those for $17.99. Again, if I just said Kershaw, $17.99, I probably shouldn't even have to show that knife for you to translate that into, hey, that's a good deal. And it is. All right, I got some Tiny Texas toothpick collectors out there. I know I do. I've got a beautiful Rough Rider Stoneworks Tiny Texas toothpick here. This particular one has mother of pearl in it, and abalone, and reconstituted turquoise, I guess is the best way to say that. Yeah. So I've got ringed nickel silver bolsters here, embellished nickel silver bolsters down here, or fluted nickel silver bolsters, I like to call it that. There's brass liners in this one. It's 3 inches in the closed position. This is from the Rough Rider Stoneworks collection. It is nice. Tiny Texas toothpicks are very collectible. I would put the Tiny Texas toothpick behind, wow, I'd put it behind the, Mikey said he got to get away from that knife, behind the Trapper as number 2 most collectible probably knife ever. Look at the fire in that pearl. Man, that is nice. Okay, so there you go. So that's Rough Rider. Let's do that for $12.99. The RR1420. RR1420. Here you go, Miss Carrie. And from that same series, let's go ahead and do this. My wife loves these knives. She collects the lady leg knife, and that's exactly what I've got in my hand right now. These are 3 1/4 inches in length. This one has a lot of mother of pearl. That is actually mother of pearl. Here's turquoise. We've got some nickel silver spacers here, and then black lip pearl right here in the middle. But isn't that nice? Very collectible pattern. Very collectible. Stainless steel blade. The blades are 440 stainless steel, 440A. Does have the blade etch on it. And again, we have that's actually a ringed nickel silver bolster there, and then the fluted nickel silver bolster here. And again, 3 1/4 inches. Find this on our website, RR1417, $14.99. I appreciate everybody watching tonight, everybody in the chat room. I appreciate that. You know, we're up against, there's a basketball game going on. I hadn't been paying much attention to it, but yeah. Yeah, and then Carolina, I believe, is going to be starting here in a few minutes. But anyway, yeah, that's a good thing about what we're doing on Roku now. You can come back and watch the show later. Some of you are watching the show right now because you watched the basketball game. And that's fine. That's fine. I just want to let you know our website is open 24/7. So if you want to watch this show later in the week, that's absolutely awesome as well. You can do that and catch us at knifeandgunshow.com. You can find us there. You can find us on Roku, or usually we leave the program up on Facebook if they didn't, delete it for some reason. They have at times deleted our programs. I don't know why. They're all the time bugging me about, spreading the news and tell people boost the post and this, that, and the other, and then they delete a post. So I don't know. I don't know why that happens. But anyway, Roku's a good place to find us. All right, one only of these right here. This was an item that was produced and marketed by Owens Cutlery a while back. They I think did the special packaging on this, if I remember correctly. Lord, that's been a while. Probably 7 or 8 years ago. SWJD, gorgeous tin. This is a collectible tin here. This is a product that is made by Smith & Wesson, and it's a liner lock, and it has the John Deere tractor on it. Mikey will come in. This is beautiful color artwork on here. Partially serrated blade on this, thumb stud. If you decided to carry it or use it, I don't think I would. I mean, have the original retail box with this. If you know somebody that's a John Deere collector, well, this is the only one I've got, and these are just not widely available. In fact, I don't know anybody that has any of these left at all. SWJD. This is one that I had put away in my personal collection and thought, well, maybe one day Mikey will drive a tractor, but that never happened. But anyway, there you go, $19.99, SWJD. I give them a hard time, but they work cheap, buy the cheeseburger and the donuts. Jimmy working by the donuts. Mikey's got into this McChicken thing. And Carrie the other day, she said, I want to go to one of those restaurants where they cook that food in front of you, fancy restaurants. So I took her to Burger King, because you see that they put that little patty on there and they roll it right on through that fire, and you can sit there and watch it, and it'll come out the other end ready to eat. So she wanted a fancy restaurant, so I did take her to Burger King. All right, SWJD is the item number on that. So I got a couple things left. Got one that's going to just melt the internet with people trying to get in and get it, and I like doing that towards the end of the show. But let's get, this is on sale. I've only got one of these. Again, this was a donated knife. I believe Pasquale Veranda donated this out of Florida. I've got a case knife here. This is the Slimline Trapper. You know, $39.99 with this rough black handle material on it would be a good deal, but we're going to put it down there around dealer cost and get it out of here. 4 1/8 inches in the closed position, single blade utility trapper is what it's called, but it is American made case, 2008 for $29.99. That's going to be the first person that gets over there and grabs it. It's there for you. CA 18228, CA 18228. Don't forget to take a look at our Roku page, Knife and Gun Show. Subscribe to that on Roku, and then there's some tutorial videos there that will show you how you can get involved in doing your own shopping segment. So basically, we're leasing some 5-minute video tables on the Knife and Gun Show. If you, yes, you can put firearms on there. I just encourage people to keep it legal. If you're going to sell a firearm to another individual, work through a federally licensed broker so that you can send that and that person can go fill out the paperwork. There's really no magic to that. I mean, you just, you know, they usually pay anywhere from a $10 to $15, $20 transfer fee, and people really, they do that all the time. So so I have no problem with that. If you have a firearms collection you want to sell, you're welcome to do that. I've been talking with a custom knife maker or two about coming on here, and that's going to happen. So you'll get to see some of their product and some of their things. Anything that you would normally see at a knife or gun show is fair game. And someone was asking me, well, can I put jewelry on there? Actually, yes, you can put jewelry on there, but right now, it's just pretty much anything with a knife or with a gun. Obviously, is okay. Ammunition, but then again, it's going to be up to you to handle the correspondence. Okay, so they'll contact you directly. But anyway, all the details there. Tutorials are there at knifeandgunshow.com, or you can see those same tutorials actually on the Roku channel if you want to subscribe to that. So make sure you do that. And let's get this channel rocking and rolling, all right? Tell your friends about that, too. If you've got a gun store in your town that's looking for a little advertising, you can absolutely not beat the price to be on national television and be able to market your goods across the country. All right, let's get out of here and do one more here. This is a combo set, again, donated by our friend Sherry Young. Sherry, God love you. I appreciate what you've done for us here. This is a promo set that the what is it? In National Hunters Club of America, NHCA, gave for the National American Hunters Club, gave for people who joined their club. It was a premium that they gave. So, you know, one of those things, wait, if you join now, we'll send you this 2-piece. Well, that's what these were. So I have a couple of these that we're going to make available tonight. It's a 2-piece set. We've got a little partially serrated caping knife, and these have a textured rubberized handle on them, and again, very sharp. So that's our caping knife, and the sheath actually is a nylon sheath that holds both knives, and the other one is a nice Skinner, kind of a Hunter Skinner combo knife here. Again, black rubberized handle, very, very nice. So these are on the website under the item number of NAH, as in hotel, C set, NAHC set. Say that 5 times. $9.99. Wow. All right, there go the phones, and we don't have any phones, so that's pretty funny. There go the phones. Somebody going to grab these up, and I don't blame you. That's a great deal. Snap enclosures on it. 2 knives for one money. The NHC. I'm sorry. What did I say? NAHC set. Yeah, 5 times. I'll get it. All right. So I appreciate each and everybody watching this evening. Hope your team wins in basketball. Hope my team wins in basketball. I appreciate the emails. Thank you for all the emails you've sent in. We'll try to read some more emails if they come in like that. I appreciate that. Again, go rate our page over on Facebook, like and share this broadcast. Remember, there is a free gift with every purchase that you make here at the Knife and Gun Show. If you spend over $35 tonight on merchandise or throughout the week on merchandise on a single order, excluding shipping, we'll send you that pearl. That's going to be a neat thing. Guys, get that for your wife. Would you do that? Oh, I will not be here next weekend. Speaking of wife, next weekend is Letty and I's anniversary. So it falls on a Saturday, and she said, let's go do something fun, and let's don't work Saturday. And I'm like, okay, you talked me into it. Never turn down an offer like that. All right, Big Mike with you here saying, what's the use in living if you can't love? What's the use in loving if you can't love everyone? And above all, the good Lord has all the answers. All you and I need to do is pray for the right questions. God bless you. I'll see you next week right here on the Saturday Night Knife and Gun Show.